Super Earth. Our home. Our way of life.
Awesome.
But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty! No!
Not badass. That's not a vibe.
Look familiar?
CJ has to bet, and he's also dumb. Even though he's blonde, he's not very fun. He has his own talk show, it's every gamer's dream. It's a crazy little talk show, and it's called Cookies and Cream.
To put that last sentence into perspective, games like The Last of Us had their live service game shit-canned, but Helldivers 2 survived initial reviews behind closed doors. What's the end result? To put it bluntly, you have a core experience that is an utter blast with friends, combat encounters that get batshit crazy in the name of freedom, but also a smaller scope than what many people unfamiliar with the IP may realize. Putting a numerical score or grade on a live service game is brutal, since they are both designed to facilitate an ongoing story with add-ons down the road, but also focus on getting people to spend more money on a consistent basis out the gate. Many live service games are free, but Helldivers 2 is asking for 40 buckaroos out the gate. It is also the most pre-ordered game on PlayStation 5. The bag is secured, but is there a hole in it?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Fuck the metaphors. Is this game good? Well, yes. It's actually absolutely batshit crazy fun. The change from the first game, from an isometric top-down view to an in-your-face third-person view, was a brilliant choice that pays off handsomely. It helps that, like Returnal, the environments are gorgeous in spite of the sparse nature. The dust collections after massive explosions and burrowers hopping out of the ground never gets old. One area that can become problematic, however, is the randomly generated environments which, in execution, lack some of the handcrafted feel games like Returnal had. It's safe to say the bug extermination gunplay, however, does a great job of masking this detail at launch. There's a visceral nature to the combat with the particle effects never going to waste. The gunplay itself is meaty, the impact is there, and all in all, a good time with no alcohol required. The floor is low to enter for beginners. However, for those trying to reach the ceiling, the scope is massive since there is an extensive roll system which encourages cooperation. And that's it. That's how this live service game succeeds where so many others like Suicide Squad failed. The elements within the game respectively reward cooperation within the squad. Here's how. Any equipment summoned can be shared by the team as a whole. You have a bit of decision making with how you spawn in on the map from above. When my ass gets eaten, my homies can loot my mangled corpse for all my loot. You're fucking welcome, Cody. This is for the spatula thing in Season 1.
Get out of my house. This is stupid. Get out of my house. This is stupid. Get out of my house. Get out of my...
Fucker. Friendly fire is also always on, meaning shit always goes sideways, in the name of freedom.
With the gentle touch of an iron fist. But liberty's enemies march ever closer. Together, we must take back control of freedom.
Together for managed democracy!
Together for victory!
Together for liberty!
Together for liberty!
Together, they fight for freedom. Will you?
The mechanics feel great in real time as the amount of enemies on screen at any instance far outweigh your squad given real Gears of War 2 vibes. There are some initial issues with servers, especially on Steam, but all in all this is another high quality product from publisher Sony. To be fair, the real winner in this game's design is in the presentation. See, the areas you explore, from your ship's central hub to each of the varying planets, are relatively small, but the scope of the war, from ships battling in space, jumping into your pod, dropping onto the planet, being swarmed by hundreds of enemies, and planting that flag down on the barren planetscape itself, gels in all of the right ways. Animations are also well done for the most part. Nothing beats having your character kneel down to reload and see that panning camera view of the chaos on screen. Sure, a lot of the presentation can be attributed to smoke and mirror effects, but damn, these are some nice looking smoke and mirror effects that help enhance a limited yet addicting chaotic gameplay cycle. We come, we fuck shit up, we leave. No more, no less. Which brings in a bit of a head scratcher. The roadmap for democracy, the path to hell which is paved in good intentions for the sake of democracy, the foundation for where this game is sailing, is non-existent. I believe this is more of a play by Sony to gauge expectations and surprise in a big way maybe 4 or 5 months down the road. But when hefty monetization practices enter the fold, you need to be cautious. I would highly recommend this title for anyone mildly interested in the subject matter of the world. Being set in a galaxy overrun by the alien invaders from different planets, Helldivers 2 puts you in the frontline defense against these threats. The game's storyline revolves around combating the alien forces to restore peace to the planet and prevent civilization from descending into chaos, blah blah blah. There are some neat lore bits that connect to the original game, but more secrets to discover in real time, the better. How does Helldivers 2 monetize the experience? There are 2 main ways it does this, after you pay the entry fee of $40, or $50 if you want a few special items only locked away to those superior enough to pay the extra $10 for the sake of democracy. First, you have Premium War Bonds, which gives you things you can unlock through medals earned through gameplay. Think like the Call of Duty ranking system, or talent trees, except instead of talents, you can replace that with weapons, armor, and various buffs that cost money to unlock access to at a much faster rate. Cosmetic Cash Shop is the second option, which again, it's just aesthetic looks, it's armor sets that don't pose any benefit outside of just looking pretty darn nifty. The game does let you earn all of this through gameplay, but just like most live service titles, it will take an incredibly long time to unlock even the most stellar of equipment and gear. All in all, the quantity of monetized elements isn't anything over the top, and you won't need to pay. Keep in mind it'll take an incredibly long time to unlock some of the late game items otherwise. Plus, we'll need to keep an eye on how Sony adjusts the pricing over time. At the end of the day, I thoroughly enjoyed my early time with Helldivers 2. Yes, the variety of mission types is limited. Yes, the factions are also pretty limited. Yes, the monetization elements limits our wallets, but it's all in the name of freedom.
Enlist in the galaxy's elite fighting force. Work together to protect your future. Dispense peace with the ultimate weaponry. Become a legend. Join the Helldivers, the galaxy's last line of offense.
Jokes aside, what is present now is well worth the price of admission. You get a stellar combat loop, exceptional gameplay oriented for cooperative elements, and you get a universe that's fun enough, tongue-in-cheek, hits you in the right notes, and is a good time. I've enjoyed solo runs, but with a friend or two, this experience is absolutely worth the time. Also, if you need a friend, hit me up here, as Cookies is always down to run around. In the pros column, we have engaging gunplay, beautiful action and environmental effects, a tongue-in-cheek tone that hits more than it misses, a deep and engaging character customization system, which, whew, man, is it a lot of fun, and an addicting gameplay loop. In the cons, we have a lack of vision for the future of the title, some rough server issues at launch, a sus live service model with no real description on how it's going to evolve over time, limited environmental variety, and fucking Cody fucking friendly firing me again, you son of a bitch. If you need to play a quality third-person co-op shooter that isn't Suicide Squad, then check this game out. Otherwise, let's all do our gamer due diligence and keep those eyes peeled for any upcoming adjustments and expansions to this game. For what it's worth, Rome wasn't built in a day, nor was democracy. But hopefully us gamers can shape that said democracy of this world together. Now that is gaming with a purpose. Helldivers 2 gets 4 symbolic soldiers out of 5. Have you played Helldivers 2? What do you think about it? Are you interested in picking it up? Comment below and let me know the vibes. As always, thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Cookies, signing off to go do the thing they did in Team America.
Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. And you could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Join the Helldivers.
Experience true freedom.
Requesting air support.
The freedom to travel the galaxy and secure the resources we need to build a better tomorrow. The freedom to encounter fascinating life forms and introduce them to our sophisticated technology. The freedom to make new friends and represent the best of what Super Earth has to offer. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force and work together to spread prosperity, liberty, and democracy. Become part of something larger than yourself. Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a Helldiver.